We're going to do like a little bit of a commentary on this video because someone forgot to turn their scope cam on.
Who was that?
For that game.
Who was that?
I wonder who. This was at my field in northeastern Pennsylvania, and this is Rebel. I'm Keeper. We're going to go through this video, and we're going to show it and try and give a little commentary on what's happening because we don't have the scope cam to look at it. So we're going to start the video, and we're going to watch it.
Fire that guy.
What's the game? What's the game?
Of course, I've got to take my barrel cover off.
Now, right there, you could see that the camera was on, but it wasn't recording.
I haven't played it in a while, so they're fresh.
And this is like the roughest part of the field to walk on. It's all stones and like brush in your way. You picked the worst spot to go on.
Yeah, but you can go that way. Nobody will see you if the brushes like full like that and green.
Yeah.
No one can see you going by.
Now during the like fall and the winter though, it's kind of wide open
Yeah.
and they can see you miles away. There's a broken spot on the fence we gotta fix.
Because usually you have some kind of light line of sight in that area. So
now here's where all the pickers and stuff start.
I heard fire, so I just stopped for a second just to make sure.
Can you see anybody when you looked over to the left?
Absolutely
Can
not.
You? No?
Absolutely not.
Oh, what was that? Spider web?
I'm not a huge fan of spiders, but so the deer basically made these paths for us out here.
Yeah. Now this was there water here in this one spot? Usually it's kind of wet right here by this tree
I
that
don't
fell
remember.
All right.
I don't remember sinking or anything.
Because this is usually really wet right here in this corner. And now these pickers are just overgrown. When I asked you if you want me to cut these, you said leave them. So
Yeah, leave them.
all right. Because these are when they grab you, boy, they like
Oh,
hurt.
they grab it. It's
Now,
like a chainsaw.
Can you see anybody here? Like
When you get to that corner, you can see a little bit better, but you still have a limited view. And I know you can't tell here too much, but you got a bunch of branches and everything straight ahead. And it's really hard to tell through there. So that's why I decided to move up, see if I get a better shot.
and that building right there that you see with the tarps on it and is called the cabin. We actually made that in that corner of the field. It's like a U-shaped building that people like. It's got a couple of ways in it. It's got windows that open, things like that. Now, right there, you saw somebody.
Yep. That was Squilly.
And he's on the opposite team.
Yeah, and he thought we were on the same team. That's why he didn't fire at me, because he didn't know.
Chip, we got one at the cabin.
So, of course, underneath the 100-foot engagement distance, I had to pull my sidearm. And I'm using electric AEP.
Alright, can we get some guys down here?
And, of course, I wasn't back far enough. The other tree.
God damn it, I should have waited. Oh, damn. Took all that time.
Now you're actually
I'm cutting in front of you just so I can get by.
You're actually going to go in front of the cabin. As you
Yeah.
can see it now, you can see the windows that you can open. This is a better path than trying to walk back the way you came, right?
Yeah, I just did it because it's a little quicker, and which I probably could have gone that way, not get shot at, but
Now this little spot you see on the right that we just passed there, there's a ladder going up in it. That's called a nest. It's a sniper nest. You can go up on the up the steps, and then it's a good perch for a sniper. Now on the right-hand side, you see the one broken down piece of wall, but this originally was called the wall. We used to put people, a smaller group behind it, and attack it with a larger force. This building that we're coming up on right now, we call it the mill. Just a designation because we were made it that way. It's part tarp wall, part plywood wall. So,
well, the plywood was the original building.
Yeah.
And we just added on to it. We had to go to respawn. We were respawning outside the building, so that's why I'm outside the building right now. Taking a little breath and back in.
Here we go.
Now, when you get in here, we saw this video before, so in a structure that's called a tank, you're going to see somebody is actually in there.
Yeah.
When you look out the other window.
Yeah, it's a teammate, so of course I didn't fire at a teammate.
Right there. You see that little black sticking up?
Yeah.
That's actually a teammate. Did you see any other teammates in that area, or was he the only one that was there?
I think they were floating around somewhere. It's been like a week now, so it's kind of hard to remember.
But somebody did tell you over the radio that somebody was still down.
Someone was still in the cabin.
Okay.
So that's why you'll see me move up further. When it's the fall season, you just see the cabin, no problem, from that location. And it's a perfect place for me to sit, go shooting towards the cabin. So, but now it's all overgrown. It's really hard to get through all that brush.
Now, whoever is over on the left in the tank, they're looking down that way, but they're also looking out on the compound too. But you couldn't see anybody visually from there.
Which, thinking about now, I should just stay up high and just look down or head back the other way. It's hard to tell. I gotta learn how to stay back a little more. And
This is Rebel. I'm up at the middle, looking down at the cabin. I'm not seeing nothing.
Now, somebody must have given you a heads up that there's somebody down there.
Yeah. So I got the intel that there was still somebody in the cabin, but they were not inside the cabin. You'll see. You'll see. Now, Keeper, if you got the intel that somebody's in the cabin, which way would you go?
Well, depending on what weapon I had, if I was using my sniper rifle,
Yes.
I'd basically be going the same way you went. I don't think I'd want to go out and around the right side unless I knew that there was backup on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
If you knew that there was other members of your team on the left-hand side, like maybe putting some fire down on a cabin, then go all the way around on the outside like you did the first time.
Yeah.
Could you see anybody with your scope here?
I was just looking at the cabin, just see if I could see movement, because you can see some windows from that vantage point. So I was just looking, so if I saw anything, I could radio it to my team to let them know I spotted someone inside. So right now I'm moving a little closer because the brush is a little thick. So, because they're responding the bottom left of the woods there, so I don't want to go too far over, and I don't, I just hate watching people come out and smell like that. So I'm trying to.
Was anybody else firing? I in the video I'm not hearing anybody else firing.
There was some gunfights, but I think it was to the left border of the tank and of the center building. But other than that, I really don't know.
How many were left on your team at this time? Do you know offhand?
I know Zilla was still alive. Dan was still alive. I'm not sure if anybody else.
Zilla.
I wish that we were in, so I hook up Mike to the radio.
So you could hear the conversation.
Because the one game from this day, we were playing a flag game, and I helped coordinate all of our players, and it worked out very well. I really wish everyone was able to hear what we were doing.
Well, you're only communicating with Zilla, the one teammate now.
Yeah, because I believe he was the only one on my team for this game that had a radio. Because Dan doesn't have one yet. And I forget who else was on the team.
Doug. He has one.
No, he was on the other team.
Oh, okay.
Because he was sniping also, so we were opposite. We were opposite all day. We don't want to be on the same team.
Now, when you come up here, you'll see a guy that's walking off that got killed.
Yeah, I think that was Doug.
Okay, there he is, walking like in frame now, walking off on the upper left there. Yeah. He just walked out of frame.
So this is a good spot for the cabin. You could see it from here, no problem, but my left was completely exposed, so I didn't want to do too much. What I do a lot is I like to put my replica against something. So it's more, I have more of a solid shot than bouncing around a bit. That's what I like to do.
Now,
Are they still in
Are
there?
you still in there?
that's Zilla walking up.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Now he's telling
Yeah,
you
yeah,
he's in
yeah,
there,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
Okay. And at this time, you saw nothing, no movement whatsoever.
I didn't see nothing. I'm like, I don't,
Yeah.
unless they're really
Yeah.
hiding in there.
I met him earlier.
I met him earlier.
A lot of our teammates don't hide much unless they actually have to. So
Yeah.
I knew there.
Yeah.
I was looking for movement in the windows. I can see
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
out of 3 windows in that cabin.
Okay.
So I was able to see that. So I was hoping to
Do we
see.
keep an eye out
some
that
Keep
way?
an eye out that way.
Looks like Zilla was moving
Yeah, he was,
off to your left.
he was moving back because people were responding.
Not on.
So
Not
we don't
on-
I don't see
want
anybody in
I
the
don't see anybody
cabin.
in the cabin.
to sit on anybody.
No, at this
I don't know if
time,
Doug
I don't know
moved
if
yet.
Doug moved yet.
your other teammate Dan was coming down on your
yeah,
right.
Yeah, you'll see him on the right. I believe he's going to be at that wall right
I'm
there.
not sure where
I'm not
Dan
sure where
went.
Dan went.
Speaking of Dan, yeah, I don't know exactly where he went because, yeah, we didn't have radio and I don't know where he was. Oh, sorry, he's further right when he comes
Yeah.
down.
Come on.
Come on.
Now there is Dan on the far right screen of
What do
the
you got, Dan?
screen.
What do you got, Dan?
What's that?
What's that?
There he is with the brown backpack.
Zilla, Squilly fired at him, but he fired
Oh,
blanks.
heck, heck.
Oh, heck, heck.
But he got you.
Oh.
He got me, you know. I tried to take a quick shot at him, but it didn't work too well.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the end of the game.
Yeah, I was turning all the cameras off, and I'm like, wait a minute. And yeah, so
I'll tell you though, like if we had the scope cam, we could add that. We could have added that in there too. But
Yeah.
that was actually an interesting game. You were just moving and looking and not shooting. And I know other videos where you report a lot of different things.
Yeah.
On average, you don't shoot a lot during your videos when you're on doing them.
no, like I know there's sometimes I go a little trigger happy, but I really have to learn how to back that off
Yeah.
and just communicate with the team. Because if I can get to a spot they don't know where I am, why should I give myself away?
Yeah.
When I don't need to.
So I like that. That was a pretty good video.
Yeah.
So hopefully everybody enjoyed the video commentary, and we'll see you again.